my video because nope. It's a little hot on the screen. Alright, looks like it has some issues with configured videos. Backlights on, control, I don't know what it is. It's not bad. A little blurry, but I'll take it if it's running. Test to test. Should be like, should be streaming, right? Where's streaming do? Maybe it's going YouTube. Let's go YouTube. Am I streaming it? I don't know if I'm streaming. Like, this YouTube streaming software is really not really that good. What channel? It's live. We're live. Oh, what's it showing up here? YouTube. Let's go YouTube. All right, great. Hey guys, what's up, man? Might as well upload my own stuff. Why not? All right, so hey, that's cool. I probably don't even need to go to that thing then. These are music I'm trying to do. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to do. Whatever. Okay, whatever. I was just checking my sound. Okay, let's we're live. Okay, we're live. It's working. Test the test. The test. I don't have to test this. We're working. Okay. Give it this. Give it that. Ooh, I think there was something I had to do. Like, I'm gonna get my right now. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get some really cool thing for downloads. Here we go. This is what I want. I want this right here. This is going to this will be in my this will be my thing. This will be like rename underscore 100 underscore not quit Santos. I'm gonna put that right in here. Put it all over my playlist in here. Let's see here. Oh, it's under playlist. So I'm just like right now. Excuse me. I'm gonna get set up for coding, but there's some stuff. When something's on your mind, you want to do it when you're like a coder, right? So that's what.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that, Jesus, man? This guy's not gonna quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
See, I'm gonna put 5. So it's that's 2,500 items. I want to hit this every 100.
You hear that, Jesus, man? This guy's
20.
not gonna quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
We need a lot of places.
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Yeah,
Like I have 2,500,
Jesus,
dude.
man?
I have
This guy's not
2,500
gonna
like
quit.
music
I'm
songs
not
and
gonna
stuff.
quit.
Roll back, roll back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
gonna
9,
quit,
10, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 means
I'm
like
not gonna quit.
Roll back,
1%, man. We want like we want this league more than
Not gonna
1%.
quit, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that, Jesus,
Say we
man?
want
This
30
guy's not gonna
leads.
quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that, Jesus, man? This guy's not gonna quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
How do I put it up here, man?
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that, Jesus, man? This guy's
How
not
do we
gonna
move it to
quit.
the top,
I'm
man?
not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
Oh, if I look at it.
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have to
you
open
hear
this
that,
file
Jesus,
location.
man? This guy's not gonna quit.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back,
There we go.
roll back.
All right. So we have to open this. This is how we do it. Go in there. Put this here. Put the Trogdor after Baron. You know, put Trogdor after Mr. Ultimate. Yeah, a bit better. Trogdor. I'm just made it my thing real fast. I should have copied. I should have backed it up before I did that. Oh, I don't want to exit. I want to Control C it. Control V it. Here we go.
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back.
We'll just move this. This surf intro, we'll change it somewhere else. Just slide it down here. Put it right after I'm not gonna quit. That's probably gonna be a good one. Which is
I'm not gonna quit.
Roll back, roll back.
Not gonna quit, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that, Jesus, man? This guy's not gonna quit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, we can listen to some cash right now.
The Gospel according to Matthew,
We'll start from the
chapter
beginning.
1. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ,
So,
the son of
I'm
David,
just setting up
the
for the
son of
day.
Abraham.
I cleaned my room up a
Abraham
little bit.
begot
And I
Isaac.
put up
Isaac
you see my
begot
standing
Jacob.
desk in the background.
And Jacob begot Judah and his brothers. Judah begot Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Perez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram. Ram begot Amminadab. Amminadab begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Salmon. Salmon begot Boaz by Rahab. Boaz begot Obed by Ruth. Obed begot Jesse. And Jesse begot David the king. David the king begot Solomon by her who had been the wife of Uriah. Solomon begot Rehoboam. Rehoboam begot Abijah, and Abijah begot
So where do you go
Asa.
here?
Asa
Just, like I always say, I like to start
Jehoshaphat.
with something nice, something
Jehoshaphat
different, you
begot
know.
Joram,
Maybe that's
and
how we start
Joram
today.
begot
So we got the
Uzziah.
MOBA. So we're gonna do
Uzziah
the
begot
load
Jotham.
adjustable
Jotham
load.
begot Ahaz, and Ahaz begot Hezekiah.
So let's look at the adjustable load.
Hezekiah begot Manasseh. Manasseh begot Amon, and Amon begot Josiah. Josiah begot Jeconiah and his brothers about the time they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon,
You know what? I should
Jeconiah
change the
begot
title of this.
Shealtiel, and Shealtiel begot Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel
I'll
begot
change the title.
Abiud. Abiud begot Eliakim, and
Here we go.
Eliakim begot Azar. Azar begot Zadok. Zadok begot Achim, and Achim begot Eliud. Eliud begot Eleazar. Eleazar
Edit
begot
this.
Mathan, and Mathan begot Jacob. And Jacob begot Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. From David until the captivity in Babylon are 14 generations, and from the captivity in Babylon until the Christ are 14 generations. Now the birth of Jesus Christ was as follows.
That's good.
After his mother Mary was betrothed to
Give me a
Joseph,
second.
before they came together,
Adjustable
she was
load.
found with
Oh, we'll do
child of
adjustables.
the Holy Spirit.
So what happens is,
Then Joseph, her husband,
I'm gonna talk about adjustables.
being a
So
just
if you
man,
load everything up
and not
right off the
wanting to
bat,
make her a
it
public
takes like a long
example,
time.
was minded to put her away secretly.
I think we're loading up
But
everything.
while he
at the
thought
top of
about
that.
these things,
Some application manager.
behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to
See all
him
these
in a dream,
these
saying,
songs over here.
Joseph,
Right here, we're
son of
loading
David,
up
do not be afraid to take to you Mary, your wife.
a nice solid
For that which is conceived in her
2 gigabytes
is
of
of the Holy
music.
Spirit.
2 gigabytes of music.
And
2
she will bring forth a son,
gigabytes. You
And
know,
you shall call his name
getting jiggy with it.
Jesus,
No.
for he will save his people
But it takes like
from their
36
sins.
seconds to load. It should take a split second.
So all
So
this
we have to
was
load them
done
on the
that it
fly.
might
We
be
load one
fulfilled,
thing, and
which
this
was
one, a
spoken
little
by the Lord
teeny
through the
ambience, the
prophet,
smallest
saying,
ambience you got.
Behold,
and go
the
with it.
virgin shall be with child and
So we
bear a
got we
son,
adjustable. So we have
and
to
they shall
format
call
it.
his
Okay, so
name
formatting is
Emmanuel, which is translated God
Fromat.
with us.
we call it Fromat.
Then Joseph, being
it's
aroused
the name.
from
It's
sleep,
Matthew with
did
a
as
fro.
the
It's
angel of the
Fromat.
Lord commanded him,
But the
and took to
Fromat
him
would
his
be
wife,
like
and did not know her till she had brought forth her
minimal
firstborn
load.
son, and
Minimal
he
load.
called his name Jesus.
Load on the
Chapter
fly.
2. Now after Jesus was born
with,
in Bethlehem of Judea,
priority.
in the days of Herod the king, behold,
Number.
the
You put a
wise
priority
men
number
from
on
the
it.
east
This
came
is
to
what you load in the
Jerusalem,
thing, and then,
saying,
but like when
Where is
requested,
he who has been born King of the
if
Jews?
not loaded.
For we have seen his star
Load
in the
and
east
stuff.
and have come to worship him.
Alright, so that's gonna be our
When
thing.
Herod the king
We're
heard
gonna
this,
load
he
on the
was
we'll have
troubled, and all
priorities and
Jerusalem
stuff
with
that needs to be loaded
him. And when he had
insta.
gathered all the chief priests
Priority. I think
and
priority.
scribes of
I
the
think
people
priority. That's
together,
all we know is a
he
priority
inquired
number.
of them where the Christ
We're
was
gonna
to
put
be
priority
born.
numbers on everything.
So they said to
Yes, we
him,
like you know,
in
because sometimes like you
Bethlehem
load
of
it.
Judea,
Someone might go down a
for
menu
thus
system
it
you're
is
not normally
written by
used
the
to,
prophet,
and like I mean like it's
But
so
you,
it's a
Bethlehem,
different priority.
in the land of Judah, are not the least among
They
the
request it.
rulers
You have
of
to just
Judah.
pause and load a little bit.
For out of you shall
Generally,
come
people
a
aren't going to be
ruler
faster than the
who
computer
will
loading,
shepherd my
but
people
sometimes they will.
Israel.
You know, sometimes they will.
Then
So we
Herod,
got this.
when he
This is going to be our.
secretly
We're going to make an
called the wise
adjustables
men,
complete
determined from
system,
them what
and
time
actually
the
our whole
star
system's
appeared.
going to be designed to run this. We're going
And he
to
sent them to
redesign
Bethlehem
as we
and said,
enter.
Go and
Okay,
search
so this
carefully
is one
for the
thing.
young
This is the
child.
format. This is what we're
And
going
when
to
you
do.
have
Minimal
found
load.
him, bring back word to me.
So
that
one
I
will be
may
the minimal
come and
load.
worship him also.
This is design. We're doing a minimal
When
load.
they heard the
Then
king,
2 will be
they
load on the
departed,
fly.
and behold,
They
the
requested the
star
3
which they had
adjustables not
seen in the
loaded.
east
But
went
then we're going to, as
before them,
moving
till it
forward,
came and stood
moving
over
forward.
where the young child was. When they saw the star,
keep the design
they
paradigm.
rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. And when
Paradigm.
they had come into the
Design
house,
paradigm.
they saw the young child
Down with the
Mary,
diggy,
his
down with the
mother,
paradigm.
and fell down
And then we're going to
worshipped
be
him.
like,
And when they had
The
opened their
paradigm would be
treasures,
like,
they
check it
presented
out, my
gifts to
functional
him,
brothers.
gold,
Hey, does time work? I don't know.
frankincense, and
I
myrrh.
think there's a way to like watch the chat. Oh,
Then being
Schnikey,
divinely
didn't want to do
warned
that.
in a dream
I don't know where that
that
Schnikey
they
thing
should
came from,
not
but like
return
it's
to
funny.
Herod,
I
they
don't know
departed to their own country another way.
where that came from, but like it's
Now when
funny
they
as
had
all get
departed,
out. I'll just tell you
behold, an
straight up.
angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph
Okay,
in a
let's see.
dream,
See, there's
saying,
a way to watch my
Arise,
display.
take the young child and his
Ah,
mother, flee
I don't
to
need to watch the
Egypt,
chat. No one
and stay
watching
there
this.
until I bring you word.
I can
Or
watch the
Herod
chat
will
by
seek the
like
young
this.
child to
Uh,
destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his
ah,
mother by night and departed
you
for
go like this.
Egypt,
Here we go.
and was there until the
Yeah.
death of Herod, that it
Better just
might
leave
be
this open
fulfilled,
in
which
case it
was
needs to be
spoken
open.
by the Lord through the
Okay,
prophet,
this open,
saying,
open. Oh, there's my
Out of
chats
Egypt
there. I
I
tab through
called
there
my
occasionally.
son.
Okay, so by moving forward, like
Then
the
Herod,
design
when
paradigm,
he saw that he was
to
deceived by the
paradigm would
wise
be like
men,
A,
was exceedingly angry.
minimal load,
And he sent forth and put to death
and then
all
the
the male
slapper-do,
children who were in Bethlehem and in all
all
its
requested.
districts, from 2 years
So like now,
old
right
and under,
now, my functional
according to
brothers,
the time
I have
which
to
he
learn
had
how to do an
determined
adjustable.
from the wise men.
Then
was fulfilled
need
what was spoken by
to know an
Jeremiah the
adjustable.
prophet, saying, A
Now,
voice
I
was
learned
heard
about
in Ramah,
adjustables on YouTube
lamentation,
earlier.
weeping, and
It doesn't
great
seem like they're
mourning,
that difficult, right?
Rachel
Oh,
weeping for
I
her
promised that
children,
one guy that I would do
refusing to be
a build
comforted,
and see what
because they are no more. Now
see
when
what
Herod was
would
dead,
look like. My Starfighter
behold,
Genera
an
would look like this
angel of the
thing.
Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt,
Starfighter
saying,
EXE. Okay.
Arise, take
Looks
the
like
young child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel.
2.6.
For those who sought the
2.8.
young
Yeah, so
child's
that's what
life were
Starfighter.
dead.
I compiled yesterday.
Then
Just
he
didn't try it
arose,
out. I
took
think
the
I like
young
left
child
the
and his
room or
mother,
something.
and came into the land of Israel.
Ugh.
And when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea instead of his father Herod, he was afraid to go
do
there.
damage.
And being warned by
Do
God
nothing,
in a
take damage.
dream,
Damage,
he
damage.
turned aside into the region of Galilee.
Alright, so you know what?
And he
Just make
came and
sure.
dwelt in a city
Let's
called
build.
Nazareth,
Just
that
hit
it
a build
might
real
be
fast.
fulfilled,
So this is doing
which was
something.
spoken by the prophets. He shall be called a Nazarene.
Build. Okay. Sure.
Chapter 3.
And then we'll load it. This will take
In
36
those
seconds
days,
to load.
John the
While we're
Baptist
just
came
loading for that
preaching
for
in the
36 seconds,
wilderness of
close this out.
Judea, and saying,
And then
Repent,
so before
for
we
the
do that guy,
kingdom of heaven is at hand.
0,
For this is he
give
who was
Turbo
spoken of by the prophet Isaiah,
feedback
saying,
about
The
V2.
voice of one crying in the wilderness,
Remember it
prepare
says
the way of the Lord, make his path
Turbo.
straight.
I need to like
Now John himself was clothed in camel's hair,
precursor
with a leather belt
this
around his waist,
communication
and his food was
with
locusts
the idea
and wild honey.
that maybe
In
like
Jerusalem, all Judea,
everything by
and
code
all the region around the Jordan went out to him, and were
ain't
baptized by him in the Jordan,
the
confessing
same
their
specs.
sins.
When I
But
got
when he saw many
over
of the
9,000
Pharisees and Sadducees coming to his
T's
baptism,
at
he said to
64
them,
per second,
Brood of vipers,
but
who
it's
warned
pretty close.
you to flee from the wrath to come? Therefore
So,
bear
I'll
fruits
tell the
worthy of
difference.
repentance, and do not think to say to yourselves, We have Abraham as our father. For I say to you
So
that
it's like,
God is able to raise
frames
up
per second,
children to
181.
Abraham from these stones. And even now the axe is laid to the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he who is coming after me is mightier than I, whose sandals I am not worthy
Let's
to
just
carry.
be honest.
He will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. His winnowing fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly clean out his threshing floor and gather his wheat into the barn.
I'm honestly
But
not
he will
sure
burn
about
up the
this.
chaff with unquenchable fire.
Oh,
Then
there's explosions
Jesus
and
came
stuff in
from
there.
Galilee to John at the Jordan to be baptized by him. And John tried to prevent him, saying, I need
How about we
to
just
be
don't let him shoot?
baptized by you, and are you coming to
Okay, it's
me?
building right now.
But
Let's do
Jesus
shield.
answered and
Let's
said
do
to
drones
him,
build out. So if I want
Permit it
9,000
to
as
be
fast
so
as
now.
possible,
For thus
there's
it is fitting for
6
us to fulfill
times
all
this. This
righteousness.
be 120.
Then he allowed
Let's
him.
do 1,000.
When he had been baptized,
wait,
Jesus
that'd be
came up
stupid.
immediately from the water, and behold, the heavens were opened to him.
600.
And he
100
saw
would be
the
a
Spirit
600.
of God descending
600,
like a
600,
dove
600.
and alighting upon
That
him.
was a couple seconds. Yes,
And
it is.
suddenly a voice came from heaven, saying,
This
is my beloved Son,
600
in
every
whom I am
second.
well pleased.
That'd be like quickly, rapidly after. How many seconds would that be?
Chapter 4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into
10,
the
yeah,
wilderness
12
to
seconds.
be
That's
tempted
long enough
by
to
the
wait.
devil.
600 seconds.
And when he
Drones
had
going on
fasted 40
100.
days and 40
And then we're just gonna
nights
like not
afterward,
fire.
he was hungry.
So drone. Yeah,
Now
idea.
when the tempter came to him, he said, If you are the Son of God, command that these stones become bread. But he answered and said,
1,003.
It is written,
Ooh, close to
Man
it.
shall not live by bread alone, but by
Yeah,
every
we will
word that
not shoot
proceeds from the
lasers.
mouth of God. Then the devil took him up into the holy city, set him on the pinnacle of the temple, and said to him, If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He shall give His angels charge over you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone.
If
Jesus said to him, It is written
1
again,
equals
You
2,
shall not tempt the Lord your God. Again the devil took him up on an exceedingly high mountain, and showed him all
If,
the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him,
what is 1 equals
All
2?
these things I will give you if you will fall down and
Oh,
worship
wait,
me.
just put it right there. I already have it there.
Then Jesus said to him, Away with you, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship the Lord your God, and Him only you shall serve.
All right, so we just
Then the devil left
I
him,
think I just
and
compile. Oh,
behold,
it's actually
angels came
compiling
and
the whole
ministered to
system,
him.
so it's not really that happy right
Now
now.
when Jesus heard that
Oh,
John had
thank
been
you.
put in prison, he
I think
departed
what happens,
to
I have to
Galilee.
I forget that I have to refresh
And
my
leaving
build
Nazareth,
because I'm on the
he came and
refresher.
dwelt in
Okay,
Capernaum,
yeah.
which is by the sea,
I changed
in
my
the
editor
regions of
around,
Zebulun
so I hit
and
refresh,
Naphtali,
and it
that it
like
might
goes
be
and does this thing.
fulfilled, which was spoken by
Wow,
Isaiah
someone
the
checked it
prophet,
out.
saying,
Hey, thanks for the upvote, whoever that was.
The land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way
So
of the
we're giving
sea,
this guy feedback
beyond
about
the Jordan,
32.
Galilee of
Let's
the
say if
Gentiles.
relatively.
The people who sat in darkness have seen a great light, and upon those who sat in the region and shadow of death, light has dawned. From that time Jesus began to preach and to say, Repent, for the kingdom of heaven
I used to
is at hand.
turn it off later.
And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon, called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. Then he said to them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. They immediately left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, in the boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. He called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease among the people. Then his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments,
So, okay, we got
and
Trevor
those who were
feedback.
demon-possessed,
Why not?
epileptics, and paralytics, and he healed them. Great multitudes followed him from Galilee,
Going
and
for
from
the day.
Decapolis,
I don't feel like I have much
Jerusalem,
energy. I think I don't have the
Judea,
calories in me.
and beyond the Jordan. Chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth.
And I'm going to explain to yourself.
Salt loses its flavor.
I don't want to show too much information on this.
It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men.
But I want, because like I don't like what happens is the corporate always tries to blame it on the employees. I love the employees. It's just the corporate fault because it's corporate fault because
who are in the house. Let
it
your
is.
light so shine before men that they may see
It says
your good
beefy
works
melt burrito.
and
If you
glorify
don't,
your Father in heaven.
how am I going to write this down? Okay.
Do not think that
I don't know how I can
came
like
to
even
destroy
show
the
this on
law or
the thing
prophets.
without showing
I
other
did not
information.
come to destroy,
just
but
say-
to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass
Okay, let's see if
away,
I get this.
one
Beefy
jot
melt
or
burrito.
one
Beefy
tittle
melt. I don't know
will
if
by
it's seen
no
it. I don't
means
care.
pass from
Beefy
the
melt
law
burrito. And then
till
like
all is
last
fulfilled.
time I had
Whoever
beefy melt
therefore
burritos,
breaks
I
one
ordered
of the
like
least
okay, I
of these
ordered like okay,
commandments and teaches
I was like
them
check it out.
so,
I'm gonna
shall
order
be called least in the kingdom
two
of
beef
heaven.
burritos, this,
But
and
whoever
or
does
like
and
4 beef
teaches
burritos, blah.
them
And then I
shall
couldn't
be
find which
called
ones were the beef
great in the
burritos because I ordered
kingdom
some
of
rice burritos and
For I
stuff.
say to you that unless
so what
your
happens?
rightnous exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef in
you will
burritos
by no
anymore.
means
It's like
enter the kingdom
it's
of
all
heaven.
rice. Here.
You have heard
I'm
that
like
it was
cracking
said
it
to
open.
those
I'm
of
cracking.
old,
See
"You
this?
shall not murder."
This is
And
straight
whoever
up just
murders
rice
will
and
be in danger
cheese.
of the judgment.
Look, rice
But
and
I say to
cheese.
you that
I
whoever
mean, like,
is
come on,
angry
really?
with his
Rice
brother
and cheese.
without
That's
a
all that is.
cause shall be in
It's like the
danger
new
of the
beef.
judgment.
And like,
And
I'm
whoever
like
says to his
borderline
brother,
diabetic.
"Raca,"
I'm pretty sure I
shall
am.
be in
Like,
danger
I was
of the
pre-diabetic.
judgment.
Now I feel
But
pain when I
whoever
eat
says,
food. I don't exercise
"You
right
fool,"
afterwards.
shall
So
be
like,
in danger of hellfire.
like they gave me like what I didn't order.
Therefore,
Like
if you
they
bring
used to be
your
beef
gift to the
burritos. Like when I
altar,
ordered a beef burrito,
and
it
there
have beef in
remember
it.
that
Now it's
your
rice and
brother
cheese.
has
This isn't
something
just one
against you,
location. This is on multiple
leave your
locations.
gift there
So this is
before
not
the
the employee
altar
screwing
and
up.
go
This
your
is
way.
the
First be
this
reconciled
is
to
the
your brother, and then
this
come and
is
offer your
the
gift.
corporate people.
Agree with your
Yeah,
adversary
let's see if I got a
quickly
good
while
screenshot
you're
of
on
that.
the way with
Try
him,
to hit screenshot.
lest your
Last time I hit
adversary
screenshot,
deliver you
I
to the
hit
judge, the
replay or
judge
something.
hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown
We're
into
gonna
prison.
screenshot and then send it to
Assuredly, I
Taco
say to
Bell.
you, you will by no means get out of there
I mean,
till you have paid the last
oh
penny.
God.
You have heard that it was said to those of old,
Oh wait,
"You
I can
shall
probably get it
not
off of
commit
here.
adultery." But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her
What time is
has
it?
already committed
12:55.
adultery with her in his heart.
12:55.
If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish
Her.
than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that whoever divorces his wife, for righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef in
who will
burritos
by no
anymore.
means
Like
enter the kingdom
it's
of
all
heaven.
rice. Here.
You have heard that
I'm
it
like
was
cracking
said
it
to
open.
those of
Oh,
old,
dude, I can shoot
"You
that
shall
like
not
record for
murder,
this right here. This is
and
straight
whoever
up just
murders
rice
will be
and
in danger
cheese.
of the judgment."
Look, rice
But
and
I say to
cheese.
you that heaven,
Burritos to this, and
but
nothing without showing
I
up
didn't put it under a
because.
basket, but on heaven and earth pass
Okay, let's see if I
away.
can get this.
One
Beefy
jot
melt burrito.
or one
Beefy
tittle
melt. I don't know
will
if it's
by
in
no
it. I don't
means
care.
pass from
Beefy
the
melt
law
burrito. And then
till
like
all is
last
fulfilled.
time I had
Whoever
beefy melt
therefore
burritos,
breaks
I
one
ordered
of the
like
least
okay, I
of these
ordered like okay,
commandments and
I
teaches
was like
men
check it out. I'm
so,
gonna
shall
order
be called least in the
two
kingdom of
beef
heaven.
burritos to this,
But
and
whoever
or
does
like
and
4 beef
teaches
burritos, blah.
them
And then I
shall
couldn't
be
find which
called
ones were the beef
great in the
burritos because I
kingdom
ordered
of
some
heaven.
rice burritos and
For I
stuff.
say to you that
So what
unless your
happens?
righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef
you
in
will
burritos
by no
anymore.
means
It's like
enter the kingdom
it's
of
all
heaven.
rice. Here.
You have heard
I'm
that it
like
was
cracking
said
it
to
open.
those
I'm
of
cracking.
old,
See
"You
this?
shall not murder,
This is
and
straight
whoever
up just
murders
rice
will
and
be in danger
cheese.
of the judgment."
Look, rice
But
and
I say to
cheese.
you that
I
whoever
mean, like,
is
come on,
angry
really?
with his
Rice
brother
and cheese. That's
without a
all that is.
cause shall be in
It's like
danger
the new
of the
beef.
judgment.
And like
And
I'm
whoever
like
says to his
borderline
brother,
diabetic.
"Raca,"
I'm pretty sure I
shall
am.
be in
Like,
danger
I was
of the
pre-diabetic.
judgment.
Now I feel
But
pain when I
whoever
eat
says,
food. I don't exercise
"You
right
fool,"
afterwards.
shall
So
be
like
in danger of hellfire.
they gave me like what I didn't order.
Therefore,
Like
if you
they
bring
used
your
to be
gift
beef
to the
burritos. Like when I
altar,
ordered a beef burrito,
and
it
there
have beef in
remember
it. Now
that
it's
your
rice and
brother
cheese.
has
This isn't
something
just one
against you,
location. This is on multiple
leave your
locations.
gift there
So this is
before
not
the
the employee
altar
screwing
and
up.
go
This
your
is
way.
the
First be
this
reconciled
is
to your
the
brother, and then come
this
and
is
offer your
the
gift.
corporate people.
Agree with your
Yeah,
adversary
let's see if I got a
quickly
good
while
screenshot
you're
of
on
that.
the way with
Try
him,
to hit screenshot.
lest your
And then like last time I had beefy nut burritos, I ordered like okay, I was like check it out. I'm gonna order 2 beef burritos to this, and or like 4 beef burritos, blah. And then I couldn't find which ones were the beef burritos because I ordered some rice burritos and stuff. And so what happens? Turns out they don't actually put like beef in burritos anymore. It's like it's all rice. Here. I'm like cracking it open. I'm cracking. See this? This is straight up just rice and cheese. Look, rice and cheese. I mean, like, scene. Okay, there we go. And then next my scene. Media capture. Capture device. Hide. Test. Alright, I do this. Test. Alright. Start recording this. I just want people to see this.
For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass
Okay,
away.
let's see if I get this.
One
Beefy
jot
melt burrito.
or one
Beefy
tittle
melt. I don't know
will
if
by
it's seen
no
it. I don't
means
care.
pass from
Beefy
the
melt
law,
burrito. And then
till
like
all is
last
fulfilled.
time I had
Whoever
beefy melt
therefore
burritos,
breaks
I
one
ordered
of the
like
least
okay, I
of these
ordered like okay,
commandments and teaches
I was like
them
check it
in
out. I'm
saying,
gonna
shall
order
be called least in the kingdom
2
of
beef
heaven.
burritos, 2 this,
But
and
whoever
or
does
like
and
4 beef
teaches
burritos, blah.
them
And then I
shall
couldn't
be
find which
called
ones were the beef
great in the
burritos because I ordered
kingdom
some
of
rice burritos and
For I
stuff.
say to you that unless
So what
your
happens?
rightnous exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef in
you will
burritos
by no
anymore.
means
It's like
enter
or like
does
4
and
beef
teaches
burritos, blah.
them,
And then I
shall
couldn't
be
find which
called
ones were the beef
great in the
burritos because I
kingdom
ordered
of
some
heaven.
rice burritos and
For I
stuff.
say to you that
So
unless
what
your
happens?
righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef
you
in
will
burritos
by no
anymore.
means
It's like
enter the kingdom
it's
of
all
heaven.
rice. Yeah.
You have heard
I'm
that it
like
was
cracking
said
it
to
open.
those of
Cracking.
old,
See
you
this?
shall not murder,
This is
and
straight
whoever
up just
murders
rice
will
and
be in danger
cheese.
of the
Look,
judgment.
rice
But
and
I say to
cheese.
you that
I
whoever
mean, like,
is
come on, really?
angry with his
Rice
brother
and cheese. That's
without a
all that is.
cause shall be in
It's like the
danger
new
of the
beef.
judgment.
And like
And
I'm
whoever
like
says to his
borderline
brother,
diabetic. I'm pretty sure I
shall
am.
be in danger
Yeah, I was
of the
pre-diabetic. Now I feel
But
pain when I
whoever
eat
says,
food. I don't exercise
you
right
fool,
afterwards.
shall
So
be
like
in danger of hellfire.
they gave me like what I did order.
Therefore,
Like
if you
they
bring
used
your
to be
gift
beef
to the
burritos. Like when I
altar,
ordered a beef burrito,
and
it used to have
there
beef in it.
remember
Now
that
it's
your
rice and
brother
cheese.
has
This isn't
something
just one
against you,
location. This is on multiple
leave your
locations.
gift there
So this is
before
not
the
the employee
altar
screwing
and
up.
go
This
your
is
way.
the
First be reconciled
this is
to your
the
brother, and then come and offer your
the
gift.
corporate people.
Agree with your adversary
Yeah. See if I got a
quickly
good
while
screenshot
you're
of
on
that.
the way with
Try to
him,
hit screenshot.
lest your
Last time I hit
adversary
screenshot,
deliver you
I
to the
hit
judge, the
replay or
judge
something.
hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown
We're
into
gonna
prison.
screenshot and then send it to
Assuredly, I
Taco
say
Bell.
to you, you
Of the I don't get it, man. Oh, I don't get that, man. I want to go. The reason I went to ER I want to get my own thing. I look at like stop signs. beef burritos because I ordered some rice burritos and
For I
stuff.
say to you that unless
So what
your
happens?
righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes
Turns
and
out they don't actually put
Pharisees,
like beef in
you will
burritos
by
anymore.
no means
It's like
enter the kingdom
it's
of
all
heaven.
rice. Yeah.
You have heard
I'm
that
like
it was
cracking
said
it
to
open.
those of
Cracking.
old,
See
"You
this?
shall not murder."
This is
And
straight
whoever
up just
murders
rice
will
and
be in danger
cheese.
of the
It's
judgment.
like rice
But I
and
say to
cheese.
you that whoever
Like,
is
come on,
angry
really?
with his
Rice
brother
and cheese.
without
That's
a
all that is.
cause shall be in
It's like the
danger
new
of the
beef.
judgment.
And like
And
I'm
whoever
like
says to his
borderline
brother,
diabetic.
"Raca,"
I'm pretty sure I
shall
am.
be in danger
Yeah, I was
of the
pre-diabetic.
judgment.
Now I feel pain when I
Whoever
eat
says,
food. I don't exercise
"Eat
right
food,"
afterwards.
shall
So
be
like.
in danger of hellfire.
Like they gave me like what I didn't order.
Therefore,
Like they
bring
used to be
your
beef
gift to the
burritos. Like when I
altar.
ordered a beef burrito, it had
And
beef in it.
remember
Now
that
it's
your
rice and
brother
cheese.
has
This isn't just
something
one
against you.
location. This is on multiple
Leave your
locations.
gift there
So this is
before
not
the
the employee
altar
screwing
and
up.
go
This
your
is
way.
the
First be
this
reconciled
is
to
the
your brother, and then come
this
and
is
offer your
the
gift.
corporate people.
Agree with your adversary
Yeah. Let's see if I got a good
quickly while
screenshot
you're
of that.
The NFL season isn't over yet. If your season-long fantasy football league isn't cutting it, get your mojo back at FanDuel.com in season. That's the only way. KRENS. You want to start selling products or services online. Maybe you're an established business owner and you're looking for new customers. Maybe you're interested in starting a personal website. No matter who you are, GoDaddy. That's right, GoDaddy wants to help you succeed online. Right now, GoDaddy is offering a .com domain for just $1.49. That's right, $1. Jim Crenn, no restrictions on the Sideshow Network. Brought to you by Beaver County Auto, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Nissan. Beaver County Auto. Go there for all their holiday specials, new and used cars. You can't go wrong. Best deals in town. Right there at Chippewa Exit, Constitution Boulevard, Beaver County Auto. Also, Dave Settlemeyer, Josh Folio, Frank Mergio, Wayne Wow, our team, and in studio on mic, of course, myself, Terry Jones, Mike Wysocki, and Mike Sasson. Happy holidays to everyone. Today's show, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and digested their turkey and didn't do the Sleeping Beauty diet or anything, and everyone's relaxed and ready to roll. You know, so you guys, I got to tell you, it's an interesting time of the year for me. It's the 3rd year anniversary of my getting fired from a radio job I had. I had a morning show for 24, 25 years, almost quarter century almost, 24 years. And,
almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny, Terry. Yeah. Technically, it's 20 because I ended up getting fired in February. They held on to the contract till March of 2012, from 1988 to technically.
So when I was three.
Technically 25, but 24 on the air in live. You know, but yeah, since you were a baby, but it's an interesting. Yeah, it was an interesting time, and here we are 3 years later, and ends up being a blessing in disguise. I get to do this podcast, get to meet my friends at the Sideshow Network, which have been fantastic, get to hang out with you guys, which is enriching and a lot of fun. People walk up to me all the time and ask, what happened? What happened? Now, I had a non-compete, so the first 6-7 months I couldn't say anything. And what I did was going to say, I don't like to be, I'm just not a bitter guy about things. I mean, life's been too good to me, and God's blessed me. There's nothing to be bitter about. But, I do want to tell the story a bit.
People keep asking me what happened.
Still,
all the time.
right?
To this day.
Still, all
You get it, Mikey,
time.
all the time?
All the
Yeah?
time. Yeah.
You're on Cren's podcast. What happened?
What happened?
What why ain't he on the radio no more? And I just tell him, well, he's now on KDK.
We're on. Yeah, I'm lucky. Yeah.
In that voice, you say he's on KDKA Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, are you ready for some Cren Nation?
Yeah, 8 to 9 and Friday. I love doing it, with Larry and John. It's nice that this guy's invited me on. I do love it. So between a podcast on that, and I've been fortunate enough to do some film acting. We'll be doing some announcements on that coming up in a few weeks.
Jimmy Cren actor.
Yeah, it's been fun, man.
He's in some movies.
Yeah, we got some big announcements coming up in the stand-up and stuff. And like I said, getting to work with you guys.
Looks like you're Russian. That's kind of cool.
I love it. And our listeners on the podcast, which many of you listen to radio, but there's some new listeners also that have joined in, and I appreciate it. We're going to be doing some more live shows in 2015.
I don't want to cut that up.
Footnote, but 3 years later,
it
was an interesting time too.
Oh, you know what?
Because, like I said,
I might probably compile by
24
now.
years, and the ratings were really big with just huge ratings. So a lot of the city listened. different reaction. And I said this joke before. Well, it was a joke. It was kind of true. It was funny how Pittsburgh has reacted, man. And the difference between Pittsburgh and other cities are if you get fired for a long time, you get fired. It's too bad, man. Pittsburghers, you see them in the supermarket. Hey, you all right? Yeah, sure. It's terrible. Yeah, I'll be all right. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You want to live with me? we got room. We got room upstairs. Yeah. You and your wife come in and dog, cat. We don't care. Yeah. I got hours. I'll take Benadryl. I don't care.
Okay. Now he's going to be a pen dot if you need some work. They're redoing Rod 8. You need some.
You could be bouncing down the Chucky's bar in the rocks. You'd be bouncing going to bounce. No, you can't fight, but that's okay. You're not. It don't matter. Use guns anyway. No fights anyway. But people are just very kind. And that was
videos.
One thing,
what do you got?
That when it happened, I really no regrets on staying in Pittsburgh my entire career. I love, of course, some offers to leave and stuff, and I'm glad I never did. I'm glad I stayed here, especially during that time. Which is
what's
weird
this
when
part
you think about that. Because when you get fired,
shader.
People get fired. They say, "Oh, it's not."
Reactor Rangers passive release.
No, it sucks getting fired, man. It is.
Legacy shaders, part 3,
no matter what.
Additive.
Especially with my situation, was I was not expecting it.
I
had the number one ratings. I mean, the idea of a contract I signed was to have big ratings.
Legacy part.
Now, ratings that we had, for instance, in the demographic 25-54, is that's an age group that we were shooting for.
Legacy shaders.
Mike, you had been in radio a bit, Mike Sass. And I know Mikey's on. He's been on radio too, but Tara, I've told you about this. But the ratings 25-54 is a key demo for advertising. That's what they want us to hit, and that's what you have to dominate. Yeah. That's what they wanted us to do. That was our goal. So I would from when I started in '88, I was coming off of 6 years as a stand-up comic, full time, and we were 17th in the market.
Why is it taking time to quit, man?
Because I remember because I was learning ratings at that time. I didn't know what the first I just joined. I didn't know. I was on the show. They asked me to join it.
So we're trying to get this guy feedback.
I thought that's what it was going to be.
The V2 renderer.
I was
we don't want to rabbit hole too hard here. We don't want to be rabbit holing for more than 3 hours.
And comedy clubs.
And Adjustable Load has been another rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So how about we just skip to Adjustable Load today?
Solid offers in LA to be managed and all that kind of stuff. So
when they said do a subtle thing. We'll
I start
remove
getting asked to MTV when I'm in town on Fridays. I start doing.
I need to address really hard. I want those songs in there bad. I want to keep putting more and more songs in there. Why is this taking? Okay. Because it's doing that.
I remember canceling some really important gigs that I had, so it was a commitment.
It should not be like
it's kind of fun because I was on the road. 6 months on the road, you're on the road. It's not a normal life on the road, right? So I wanted to be in one place.
You know what?
Of course, I love Pittsburgh. It's my home. So coming home, and I remember the ratings and all, and I didn't realize what was going on. DVE had a comedy duo, a team morning show called Jimmy and Steve, and they were dominating the ratings too. They did very well in the ratings, and they had a contract dispute over, and they went to Florida. They left DVE. Well, DVE, that's why DVE fell to 17th in the market. That, and they had a slight change in their music and things like that. Well, anyway, someone else bought them at the time when I was there. I can't remember. Hanna-Barbera, I believe, or somebody like that bought them back then. And so they had new management, knew everything.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it was Hanna-Barbera.
Up in there.
Rated,
you need to get better ratings, boo boo.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Gee, Yogi. But yeah, so they buy and they had new management and stuff and program directors and GM and stuff and they were real talented guys and stuff. But Scott Paulson was there for about a year or so. But I remember joining the show and they were we're starting to put things together and stuff.
What the frick is this?
And, so things were in motion to get better.
Damn, man.
And they let me do my thing, and I was interested.
Like
I thought, well, I could do comedy and do anything. Yeah, pretty much. It was almost like R-rated. The FCC wasn't really that strict, I guess, or whatever. But I was getting away with shit because we were 17th in the market.
Buford.
But anyway, so Scott and I hit it off.
I'm gonna call Buford real fast.
Start doing bits and all that. Characters I had been working on: Stanley Pikachowski, Ben Clinks, the Mulgard, Otis.
Classics.
I started doing impressions of the mayor, Sophie Maslow at the time, and all these different characters. So whoever was out there was doing some mixing impression and storytelling. What I kind of do now, whatever. And at the time, it wasn't a lot of people, I guess, from what I don't know, doing that. There was a guy named Reed Cordick years before I had come around. He had done skits. They had told me. I'd never heard him, but I heard of him. But anyway, the skits start catching on, which was wild. The first thing was the Take a Walk on the South Side, a song I did with parody of Lou Reed's, Take One on the Wild Side. Take a Walk on the South Side gets huge, man. And I start to, people are singing it, people are talking about it, and then this Otis character idea started catching on. Like I said, Ben Clinkston, people started to free spunk, nobody moved. Well, anyway, this is in 88. By the late 89, we were number one in a city, 2554, with a 16 share. So
it only took, how long did it take you then?
About a year and a half.
Damn.
And it was made about, I don't know how that happened, whatever, but it happened. And so we have a 16 share, which is unheard of. It's, normal's great as a 10 or 9 or whatever. But we had a 16. And from that moment until the moment I got fired, we never went below that average. The average was throughout the whole year. The average would have been a 15 to 16 share.
Now, a share again means like that's the percentage.
Represents a certain amount of people, whatever,
that are listening to the radio.
They're listening to the radio, and so just to give you an idea of the radio. So anyway, so that's a huge amount. They have they get a 15 or 16 share in that demographic, and other demographics we were very well too. We were always in the top 3, 18 to 34. That's a different demographic, 18 to 34-year-old listening stuff, and so we did real well there. But the one they wanted, when I would sign contracts for, was that 2554, in particular for DVE. So I end up my last book. Okay, when I got let go, I remember because I asked the programmer what we had. It was a 15.8. It was the last month or whatever we had. So that's what it was weird, getting fired with 15 shares and averaging that, I'd say, throughout the year, easily 15 share, between 15 and 16 was the average throughout the year, I'd say, which was odd. So that's where the surprise is. So I don't know. Because people say, why did you get fired? I never really got a clear explanation why I got fired. And it's really weird how it happened. And I'll explain. I remember getting called in right around this time, 3 years ago, this time in November, and there was the guy. I'm not going to name any names. I was protect anybody. I don't want anyone to get any kind of animosity toward them or anything. Let's just to be joking around with it. But let's say the guy. Okay, let's just say there's one guy was kind of orange. Okay, like a spray tan orange thing going on, and a little guy who just barely sees a little head above the desk, and he had a mullet, and he nice enough guy, but he's sitting there.
So fucking Oompa Loompa is the one that did this shit to you.
But a trashy Oompa Loompa.
He had to do what he had to do. Maybe I don't know. I don't hold that.
Like he got fired from fucking Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
I really
so you Willy.
Yeah, I really don't hold anything against him.
I'm gonna fucking ruin your friend.
So it was him, and then this other guy was there, and they're all real little, by the way. I don't know what it is. There must be the water or whatever. But they were real short in little,
telling you,
real
what it
little,
is.
like little guys. And and the other guy, the programmer guy was there. There's a couple of those, and one guy he looked. Let's say he's constipated, man. They hadn't gone to the restroom in about 6 years.
Shit.
Yeah. Don't even say that in front of him.
Don't remind him.
And the other guy, is like the hottie duty on amphetamines or something like that. Kind of that weird look. The haircut I had. The haircut I had in 4th grade, like that haircut. And that's just describe the room.
Shit is funny.
And so these are running the whole ship. So yeah, whatever part of it. And there's other people too behind the scenes doing.
Dude's about to shit out a statue because
he's so damn. Well, he's scowling. One guy's scowling, and the orange. And how do you do, guys? So how do you do the orange man in constipated is sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, but the orange man looks at me before constipated man. How do you do? He walks in. He goes, "We're letting you go." Like that, like I'm expecting it.
Yeah,
that was the best word about it. You're like, we're letting you go. Like, what the fuck?
You had no inclination.
No,
you thought you were just having a meeting.
Not with a 15, 16 share. No, so I'm like, yeah. What do you mean?
That's what I said.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah.
Can I swear more?
Let me go. Go. Yeah. Go. Run.
Yeah. I got a Go home. Yeah.
We're letting you go home. Yeah, that's it. Letting you go. And I said, "Why? Yeah, we were firing. You're letting you go." What? I'm like, "You got to be shitting me." That's what I said too. I was like, "Really?" And so now, constipated man, how do you come sitting in there, right? And they're just starting to go off on how they're firing me, and I'm sitting there, and I am being calm on the outside. I'm trying to be a professional.
Yeah.
And keep my calm and don't say anything. On the inside, I'm thinking in my head, you motherfuckers. But I didn't say that.
Right.
Just thinking.
You know what I know what was going on in your head.
Now,
Inside your head, you was Denzel from fucking Training Day.
I was Denzel on King Kong.
King Kong shit on me.
On me. Yeah. So
I'm gonna put cases on all you bitches. You think you could do this to me?
Oh. Exactly. That's right. I'm waving the gun. But I'm like, I was thinking that. But I kept calm.
Yeah.
I kept calm like this happens to me every month. My normal month. Yeah. The firing? Sure. Been through it. Been through it many times. In the meantime, I have the only job I've ever had, right? Besides stand-up full time and this. So I'm sitting there going, my mind's racing. It's like racing. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm thinking, what the fuck did I do? Who did I insult? Which one of these programs? I program stairs. I insulted her. Well, granted, whenever they're talking, I do just nod and say yes, I'm going to do it, because they do give you genius advice on how to perform, because they all have great comedic chops.
Yeah.
And when I have the meetings with them, and they're giving me the comedic chops and telling me how to do the work, the stand up and stuff, and write the bits. Of course, I mean, since 1988, yes, of course I go with her, because they're coaching me. And of course I need that. And that's really their instincts. How do I even do it? I wish they were sitting next to me to perform.
Yeah, because they just did a weekend at the Comedy Store out in L.A.
So. They worked their way. Yeah, they worked their way. They earned it. They earned their comedic chops. And why shouldn't they tell me how to do it, how to do that and get those 16 shares, because that's how it was. We're a team. That's a part of that, 16 shares. And what do I have to do with it? I'm a little minuscule part. So anyway, I am sitting there with the geniuses and all that. But
geniuses.
Yeah, they get the 15, 16 shares, and I'm along for the ride. But I'm sitting there.
You're along for the ride.
And they tell me.
The SS genius
with
these three.
Just Jesus holiday, pull the fucking wool over their eyes, right, for 24 years. And so they say, we really, it's my favorite line. They go, we think. This orange Oompa Loompa's guy, Mr. Oompa Loompa, give him respect. Mr. Oompa Loompa says, we think you still have some value to the company. Okay. Now this is their. No, believe me.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, actually, at one point, said, at one point he's me. I wish you could have been a little more respectful. And then how do you do? He goes, well, he is respectful. We are respectful. Because. He's basically sitting on Mr. Oompa Loompa's lap at that point, but he's guess what he's it's like that was one of his guys. But and I'm like, really? They thought that. Let's say from their end, if they wanted to ever hear sitting here, which by the way, they're welcome to come anytime and talk about it if they want to really give their side. Because I like to hear it.
And we can get some good advice.
Yeah, I get some good advice too on the show, but I like to hear their side of what they're thinking.
How do we run a podcast?
Yes, yeah, really. Because here's the thing about it. About it too. So they're sitting there and they're telling me they're respecting me and the whole thing, and they're going through it. They think I still have some value to the company, and they're taking. I'm like, so I'm trying to get the whole thing out. So I'm saying, so you're taking my contract away. I'm fired right now. And they go, yeah, you're no longer allowed on the air, but we still have you under contract, but you're not on it because I still had a year and a half left on my contract.
Now you were trying to negotiate like days that you could come in too.
No, there was no negotiation. I had no negotiation.
Well, you asked them, hey, can I do?
Well, later. Yeah, what happened was they after they tore the contract out, okay, my contract. But they still had me under contract. Now, they took me off the air and said they still had to pay me at that point my full salary because they didn't let me go completely at that point. I was off the air. That was it. And I wasn't allowed to talk to anybody, the press or anything. Now Dave could maybe talk a little bit, our agent here, Talent Network, my agent, so Dave could talk a bit, but I wasn't allowed to really talk. So I get this note, like a offer sheet, which I still have, the offer sheet. I kept it because it's so fucking funny and unreal.
Maybe they should. Be
If I ever write a book, I want to put it in there.
gotta
I'll
put it in
block
the
out
book.
some things, but and it wasn't about the money. I swear it wasn't about the money or anything like that. It was the offer. I looked at the offer.
Shit's funny.
And
seen it?
there's no there's no radio on it. There's no fucking radio on it. Like, I'm looking at the offer, and I go, what is this? And they said, well, we want you to be, quote, the ambassador of the station. And I'm like, the ambassador? What is that? Do I wear a robe and just say, welcome from Alliance, Ohio. I am the ambassador.
So they'd send you to like quick lube, Jiffy Lube openings and stuff
Yes,
like that?
I'm the ambassador. I welcome you with open arms. Please, I'm trying to keep peace. No wars. The ambassador's here to negotiate peace. Let me handle it.
Dressed as a nobleman.
Let me handle it. Unless it got complex, then the program directors would come in, take care of it. But, so I'm like the ambassador. And so they had these promotions where I was at, and there's like, so many promotions a year I do. And I'm like, they're looking, there's no radio. There's no radio. It actually had on there specifically, I could do Sean McDowell every other week or whatever it was. It's some kind of specific do a break on his show to promote stand-up stuff or whatever. They knew I loved doing stand-up, and they're trying to appease me on that end or whatever. So, but that was it. That was a weird thing. So I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, okay, there's no radio on here, but there's no morning show stuff. There's no you can be a guest on the show. And so I asked them. I said, Mr. Oompa Loompa and everyone. And there are people beyond that too that were part of this. But I said, I would like to do. No, remember, my mind's racing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'd like to do one day a week, and they said, actually, no. They go, no, just like that, like not even thinking about it. Maybe, God, you've been pretty good on the show. That's something we should banner. It was no radio, like that, no morning radio. I said, well, I do like maybe a couple hours on a Friday or whatever, like, once a week or maybe twice a week or whatever. Maybe we can work that in. I can perform my characters and still have a connection with the audience. Yeah. Again, a curt no. In unison, Mr. Constipation and How You shaking her head no. It's amazing. So they do that, and I'm sitting there going, I don't get this. After 24 years, why wouldn't I just be allowed to go on the show for a couple? I mean, if I'm leaving, I'm going to willingly help them and say, hey, I'm leaving the show because they wanted me to do, or say, obviously. Mm-hmm. They want to make it like they fucking, did this. So, of course, it makes sense PR-wise. And, so if they want to do this, and I'm going to do some other things in my life, try some other things or whatever, which is, something I thought of doing quick as my mind's racing and all this stuff. And all those thoughts come in your mind. Like, I'll be a professional shuffleboard player, maybe a dog groomer, things I wanted to be. No, but
those are noble goals.
Thank you, Mike. And, yeah,
but ambassador wasn't on the list.
Ambassador just wasn't there.
Ambassador of rock.
I actually told him at one point. I just blurted it out. I don't know. This doesn't make fucking sense. It was a sports analogy. I go, hey man, I still got my fastball. That's all I said.
Always a baseball analogy.
Yeah,
you can always use one.
I still got my fastball, and they looked at me like I was fucking nuts. So, but I knew what I meant. I was like, hey man, I'm not ready to fucking just shake hands like what am I fucking Joe Louis, and the day's over. I'm shaking. I'm still at the Joe Louis point where I'm still be able to fight. I'm thinking
knocking out people
greeting people at the station.
Yeah, I'm greeting people at the station. How you doing, Jimmy Creed? Yeah. Punch Drunk Jim. How you doing? But I'm like, I still enjoy performing. I still like the morning radio vibe and stuff and the energy. And they didn't want anything to do with this, man. And I remember they said, well, let's keep talking about this. And I didn't want to. I was done. I wanted to leave, but I couldn't. They wouldn't let me out of the contract. I'm still under contract. Mm-hmm. And they said, nah, let's keep talking about this. And I swear to God, they said this. They go, remember, we're family here. Ooh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, too much like my real family. Yeah. But I'm like, oh my God, all right. And they say, yeah, let's keep it out of the agents and lawyers and stuff. Let's just keep it out of there. Just family. Yeah, those lawyers and agents that would
we're just sending you.
It would be to my advantage. Why would I do that stupid shit?
We're just kicking it.
Yeah, I got my advisors there. My comedic advisors are to my left and right. What the fuck do I need a lawyer?
We're kicking you over to the Thanksgiving card table.
My guy was
You're still in the family.
Pretty much.
My guy was
that's amazing for. So immediately, of course, I called Dave, the agent. So
Yeah.
my buddy, one of my best friends. I said, Dave, what the fuck, this is going on? So he said, all right, man, let's honor what they want to say, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I go back in the next meeting. They got a fucking lawyer sitting there. Yeah, pretty impressive. But anyway.
He's part of the family.
Pretty impressive. No, it was a she.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but anyway.
And Krenzel is still going off.
Because the phone.
Krenzel was in my head, you know.
So,
You'll be in Pelican Bay when I get through with you. 23 hours.
Well, I kept thinking, well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking,
oh. Oh man, I'm just gonna chill out for a second. Whew. Give me a second. So it looks like that has been at the past. We don't have to get to that. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't. I tried to get this stuff. Legacy shaders. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, we got extra adjustments. Yeah. See if YouTube. See if my YouTube's still playing. If I close this stuff up. Okay, still coding. So okay, that's good. I can just I think you just go live then without even hooking up to go live. Cool. We'll try that out. All right. Okay, addressables, history. Why would you mess the Batmans? I don't know. Okay. Resource folder.
Introducing Speechalo, the most natural sounding text-to-speech software on the market. Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI voices.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the of Pod. We can we look that say that you shouldn't really use
addressables.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
This guy's good.
Settings for a panel, but I don't want to duplicate it yet because I got references, and this is 0, and that you might come across if you're using those statements we've got on there. You can see the REQU. Look at that. This time I'm going horizontal. I could change it and go vertical or something, but let's just go across the horizon and make it a little bit different this time. There we go. We've got our buttons set up, and I'm going to save my scene. Now let's talk about the actual code that we're here for, the addressable stuff, the particle spawner system. And let's do that by just opening the script up. First, well, let's look at our using statements. We've got a using statement for addressable assets and for resource management.async operations. It's important to note that if you are using the assembly definition, and addressable assets and...
Okay, let's do this. We're going to go into here. I think I backed it up already. Just don't run the backup in case. No, it's not going to run the backup. Get this out of here. So we're doing something like maybe a little heavy. We're going to application manager. We're going to change this out. Yeah, it won't be that heavy. So I'll just comment out the whole damn thing. Chris. Like the thing is, like, if the comments, like, there should be like a solution. Oh, I remember what the comment is. Search for and then it's like I gotta do this. That's how you change the comment to like make it dash dot. You make it to dash dot. You change it all, and then you go to the end, and then you go like this, and then it's this dot. Then you can comment the whole thing out. Okay, so I just got to put here, here. That's my new thing. We do here, and then we on dash dot these things. Push dash dot. Be like a star dot, dash dot. I feel like a star dot, dash dot, dash dot. Okay. Each frame. Okay. So this should just technically like run itself. It's just the same program. I don't know, man. So I don't know if this should run. Should run technically. F12. Whatever. Let's try to see if it technically runs. If it technically runs, I just run and like do the whole music thing going on here. If it does music, then we've cloned the processor. Should just threw it over into another like a text document. It doesn't work. I just Control Z it. It's just kind of silly what I'm doing here. I could just copy the whole thing over. If it plays music, we're good. We're not playing music. I gotta take the ERP off. Take the ERP off. Why ERP? Preference. Look at this. We'll get rid of this. Minus. There we go. Apply. Go here. We're in Constantine. Look for Constantine. Oh man, I don't even have a. There we go. Constantine. Okay. Auto clip. Music. Music. Debug. Disable music. No, we're going. False. Oh, false. Nothing takes damage. False. We obviously want drones. 2. Okay. And now we got the music back on. So we get F12 that. So we're better off. Close this out. That. Oh, it crashed. Right about now, my crash little brothers.
And for resource management,
I'll let this guy roll.
It's important to note that if you are using the assembly definitions, sorry, I lost my word there, but if you're using assembly definitions, you'll need to make sure that you reference these things in your assembly definitions too. Here we're not doing that because we're trying to keep it simple, but it's something that you might come across if you're using those.
So
now we have in here a particle references that is serialized, and it's a private list of asset references. And this is very, very different from normal. Usually you wouldn't see a list in a serialized thing, and asset reference is not a type that anybody's used to. It's also not some special type that I made or anything. It's part of the asset bundle system. Asset reference is what we use to reference our objects. So let's go put the particle spawner script on a game object and see what that looks like real quick. So go over here, we'll create an empty game object, and I'll just call this particle spawner.
Okay, so now I do adjustable copy music file. I think I'm going to take a break. I feel like I'm feeling break
time. And we'll add the particle spawner.
Oh.
Now, if I expand out the particle references, you'll see that it just has a size of 0 and nothing else. And if I change the size to 1, it works a lot like a regular array would. So it's just like you would expect, but now we're using a list. And it has a slightly different drop down. So normally,
yeah, that's break time. Catch you guys later. I don't have a video camera. Hey guys, catch you later. I'm taking a break. Test. Cool. Taking a break. I'll be cutting later. Talk to God, man. He loves you. Loves the way. Be good and love there, bro.